Okay guys, we're doing Free Falling by Tom Petty. We're actually going to need a capo for this. And if you don't have one, you can pick one up for pretty cheap at a guitar store. And you can still play the riff if you don't have the capo, but it won't be in the right key. You can still do it. We're actually going to play the same thing. I'm just going to have the capo on, and all the capo does is transpose the guitar up to a higher key here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So capo 3. Open it up wide and put it right on top of the strings, and then let it go. You don't want to push or pull the strings as you put it on, because then it'll go out of tune. Now we're going to play it up here. We're actually in the key of F now. Okay, had we not used the capo, it would be the key of D, but it's in the key of F now that I have the capo here. So when I play this D chord, it looks like a D chord. You know, in our minds it is, but it's really an F chord now. So what we're going to do, if you don't know what a D chord is, we're going to put your middle finger on the high E on the 5th fret. Okay? And again, if you don't have a capo, you'll just be down here in the 2nd and 3rd fret, and I'll go over that for you guys if you don't have a capo at the end. But 5th fret on the high E with your middle finger. Then I'm going to skip the B string, and then I'm going to put 2nd fret with a pointer finger on the G string. Okay? Then I'm going to take my ring finger, put it on the B string on the 6th fret. Now, I don't want the low E, the thick string ringing, so I'm going to wrap my thumb around and lightly touch so I don't get a note. If you can't reach around, then just make sure you don't strum it when you're strumming your chord. But you need to mute that so we can get all 5 strings here. That's what we want. It's going to be a downstroke. You can use your pick or whatever, your fingers. Alright, now the next chord is what we, guitar players would think of as a G5 chord or G5. It's actually not that chord. It's a B flat 5 when we have the capo on, but G5 for what it looks like to us. What we're going to do is leave the ring finger there. So leave it there, but take the other 2 off. Okay. Now I'm going to take my pinky here, and I'm going to put it on the high E string in the same fret here. Now the 6th fret. So I have 6, 6, and then I'm going to take my middle finger and put it all the way down here on the low E string because I want it now. Now what's going to happen probably automatically is that finger's going to mute the low or the A string, and you want that. You want it muted. So go ahead and let it lightly touch. It's probably doing that already when you try it out. But I have 6, 6 there. Then I have 6 here. So all fingers are on the 6th fret. So I have 6, mute, open, open, 6, 6. Okay? And I'm counting as if I were counting from the very beginning of the guitar. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that's the 2nd chord. Strum it. So let's put the first 2 chords together. Okay? Now let's strum it again, that same chord. Now let's go back to the very first chord we did. Okay? So go back. Wrap that thumb around. And it's good to practice that move, that G to the, or G5 to that D chord. So now what we're going to have next is what is this? A suspended chord. If we didn't have the capo, it would be an A sus2, but anyway, maybe you don't care about that. So what we're going to do now, watch this. This is a little complicated. I'm going to leave this ring finger here, and it might be killing you by now, but it's going to stay there the entire time here. Now I'm going to take my first finger, my pointer finger, and I'm going to bar it, flatten it out, and I'm going to have 5th fret on the D string and the G, like that. See how I flatten out my knuckle? Now I'm going to raise it up. I'm not going to totally flatten it up because then I'll mute the high E string, and I don't want to do that. I want to let the high E string ring. Okay? So now I have, this is what we have there. Isn't that a nice chord? Alright, so I have the A string open, wrapping my thumb around, no low E. A string open, D has that 5th fret, so does the G because of the bar. The B still has the 6 down, and the high E is open, and I get a nice, beautiful, that's a nice chord. Da, da, da. So essentially we have 1, first chord, D chord, if you want to think of it that way, the G5 form, and the G5 again, back to D, and then the A sus2, though these aren't the real names of the chords, you know, because we have the capo on. All right, so D, G5, G5, D, A sus2. All right, and then you can kind of strum with it. You can go. So that's fine to do that. Now, that's pretty much the riff, and that's the beauty of Tom Petty's writing. He takes the simplest chords, you know, a lot of just open string chords, D chords, G5, a lot of open string stuff, and makes it really sound cool. Just from the simplest things, and then it just comes up with this simple melody that you can't get out of your head. Then there's this other part, where the wom, 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 the little cool part that goes, let me remember it. I'm doing power chords and I'm sliding up and down. You may think, why don't I just do this? Go to the A string for that power chord. Well, then you wouldn't get to hear the slide. Hear the slide? That's what makes it so cool. So you can put a nice fat, heavy tone on it. And I tend to leave my tones without much distortion when I'm playing the lesson for you, so you can really hear what's going on. If you have distortion, sometimes you can hear things that aren't really there. So just really, I think he's got some distortion on it. He's palm muting here, if you know how to palm mute. But anyway, let's go over the power chords, and then we'll go beyond that. So I have power chord on 1 here. Bear with me if you already know what a power chord is. I want everybody to know how to do this. So 1st fret, pointer on the low E. Then I'm going to have 2 frets away on the 2nd fret on the A string with my ring finger, and then my pinky finger is going to do 2nd fret as well. And again, I took the capo off, okay, to play it in the right key here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 3 times. 1, 2, 3, so you can see it. 1. Then I'm going to slide 1, 2, 3. And before I come down on that 4th stroke, I'm already slid up to fret 6. Okay, so I go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so 3 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So 2 times, go back down to the 1st fret power chord 2 times. Then I'm going to slide up to A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Okay, so it goes. Here are the power chords. 1st fret power chord, 4th fret. Back to 1st fret, 8th fret. This is how many times you do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so really cool stuff. Now, really quickly, I got a minute here. I'm going to play it for you guys who don't have a capo. You need to get one because, you know, certain times you need it. So, D chord, if I did all the chords but did them right here instead, I'd have... Alright, my guitar went out of tune there. See, it sounds quite different. Not as good with the capo. So, get your capo and have fun with that song.